Hi, I'm Peter. This is the Peter on Health channel, and this video is called I Want You to Get Healthier. So, here's my thumbnail, picture, and that's me at 61, lean and muscular. And this chart I've been showing, for the last few videos. You can hardly see it. Chronological age this way, and then biological age down here, and the trend line showing I'm aging at 0.22 years per year, so basically barely aging. I'm 61 chronologically, but 43 biologically, according to a Morgan Levine 2018 paper. I've discussed that in previous videos. And what this means is this sad is standard American diet. I wasn't paying attention to my health, which a lot of people in America don't. For the first 3 years of these blood tests, and then here I started going, oh, like a lot of people do. I changed my diet, stopped eating burgers and pizza, and started getting more natural foods. Thought about exercise. I was a basketball player in my youth and didn't even think about exercise other than to play basketball. And my knees, basketball wore down my cartilage, so yeah, and then sleep. The importance of getting deep, long, quality sleep. And then, like I've explained in previous videos, in the last what is it, 4 years, I've been doing fasting, which have amazing health benefits. And I've also discussed the benefits I've learned about sunlight. So, what do I mean? Like, I want you to get healthier. So to me, my habit of being out in the sun, by the way, this is me yesterday, the day before. I'm in a heat wave, What I do when I start sweating, instead of sweating in my shirt, I take my shirt off. I don't just throw it in the house. I put it on my head, keep the sun from, scorching the top of my head. And I get vitamin D through my skin. And then I recently learned not wearing sunglasses or anything over my eyes. I'm getting photons that go through my eyes and then into my mitochondria, to generate ATP. So it's giving me energy to be out in the sun, and also keeping clots from forming. And so this is why do I want you? So I feel like, to me, what's helped me, it's in the thumbnail. I mean, my diet, exercise, and sleep. But fasting has been the most amazing thing, and then the sunlight, the benefits of it that I recently learned. To me, these are two health practices that I think are big contributors to why I'm biologically 43, not 61, and why my trend line is like scraping the ground. I'm barely getting older biologically as the years go by. And so, I believe that. I can't tell you that for sure because I'm not inside my body, but you live your life and you make some changes and you see what happens, And so I just saying it's probably the case that sunlight and fasting are two major contributors to my health. I mean, the other things, sleep, diet, exercise too, but I mean, I'd say the sun and the fasting are dramatic. dramatic things. And so why don't I just do those things, be healthy, and keep it to myself? And I don't know, it's just that's not the way I roll. Like I have lots of friends my chronological age, and I tell them these things. Um, and you know, they're willing to hear it, but it doesn't seem to affect them at all. Like they're not that interested. And I compare that to, I do have some friends who are in their 30s and 40s, clients, you know, in my consulting practice. They're entrepreneurs. And when I tell them these things, I don't know, they're way more interested, it seems, you know. And because of that, I think, you know, if I'm biologically 43 and I've tried different things, I've introduced them and they seem to work, I feel like, oh, well, other people my age in their 60s could do the same thing and hopefully, maybe not as quickly as me or quicker, I don't know, get some benefit. But maybe they don't believe that. Maybe they believe they're stuck in their spot, and me telling them, hey, I'm a magic bunny, I can, like, you know, reduce my aging this way. So I don't know. So anyway, that's the whole point of this YouTube channel, is to say, yeah, I share my health practices with my friends. The older ones seem less interested. The younger ones seem interested. So maybe I'm reaching younger people on this YouTube channel. I don't know. I'm not reaching anyone really. It's like handfuls of people are watching any of these videos. But you know, if you are, and you can use the bottom, you know, hover over the sections, see parts that you like. But these videos will be up for a long time, and maybe people will discover them, right? I'm seeing that on my channel, that videos I posted last year, people are, you know, finding. So, but let's get through this. And as I said, my channel is about health, and as I've mentioned, and you maybe noticed if you've gotten on my channel, I post like kind of once a week, kind of like one video on the weekends. And what I do when I say this, I go broadly. I say, oh, two of the biggest things I think that are contributing to my slow biological aging are my love of the sun and my introduction of fasting 4 years ago. Other things are really helpful too. I'm not saying these are the only two. I'm just saying these are two that are two that the conventional media and everything are saying, "Oh, stay out of the sun; it'll give you cancer." And you know, recently the AMA saying fasting will give you like a heart attack. You know. And so there's a war, you know, there's a war of the money interests on these two practices. So I guess that's why I talk about them. That's one thing. And then, like I said, I've mentioned a couple times, you know, this biological aging chart. There's a 6-year drop. This is the first year of fasting, and I dropped 6 years in biological age. So, but the reason I'm showing you this guy, this guy's name is Alex. He's History Legends, and he talks about war. And what does that have to do with this channel? Well, really nothing. I just wanted to, you know, get into the format of what he does. And so his style is like I like how he's very professional videos. And what he does what I do in regards to health. Like if the topic is a forest, he jumps above the forest and looks down, and so you can see the whole forest, right? You get context, and then he zooms into like a trail in the forest, and you look at the leaves and the twigs, you know, on the ground, and the tree bark, you know. So he jumps from detail to high level and back, and so it gives you, you know, a very clear picture. And he's also unbiased in that, so he's talking in this video about, he has a lot of videos about the war going on in the Ukraine, and there's two sides to any war, right? There's the Ukrainian and the NATO West, and then there's the Russians, and they're allies with China and Iran and all that. And so what he does is he gets sourcing from both sides and then tries to decide what's true or false, right? And this is what I do in health. I mean, I don't trust the money interests, but there are studies in a sea of corrupt studies that might be interesting, maybe not completely, but sort of. Um, there is information coming from money interests, like all, this longevity stuff, biological age. A lot of that stuff came from the money interests, which I abhor, but I'm saying it was kind of interesting. Longevity doctors I read and I learn lots from them, and yet they're in the supplement racket, and they're shilling their stuff. So, but I listen to them and I pick and choose what I want from them. Like Life Extension, I showed you the magazine. Do I have one here? No. You know, I get I get magazine every month from this Florida company that I get the blood test from, and it's basically an infomercial. It's a catalog of their supplements. Although they go deep, they show studies. So I will read the thing, and they'll say, "Oh, we get this supplement from blueberries." So instead of buying their supplement, I'll get the blueberries. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so let me just play like what he does. This guy Alex is he runs the video for like what 3.5 minutes, and then he does his intro.
Hoping to tire out enemy troops and force them to stop their offensive. Welcome to History Legends, and here are the latest news of the Russo-Ukrainian war. If you're new to this channel, make sure to like and subscribe. As you know, some of my Ukraine videos have been targeted with limited or no ads. So make sure to check out my Patreon or PayPal to keep the show running. Thank you everyone that has already helped, and welcome to the headquarters.
So that's what he does all the time, and you can see his pattern. Like one day ago, 5 days ago, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, 1 month ago, 1 month ago, 1 month ago. So he's like what, four or five a month. Let's see, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago. Yeah, about five. It looks like averaging 4 or 5 per month. So basically, one a week, and that's what I do, right? Because if there's people who do the Ukraine war, and they have like, there's one guy I sometimes watch his videos. He's called Military Summary, and he posts two a day, 2 videos a day. And what he's doing then, like again, back to the forest, let's say analogy, for that war, it's like he's crawling on the ground, looking at twigs and whatever, and it's hard to get a picture of strategy, purpose, tactics, progress, like any of that by doing that. You get some picture of it, but that's why I like this guy Alex. Like, once a week, and he's stepping out deep, and then getting into detail, and then so you understand the context of the detail because you have the broader picture. So that I think that's a great analogy for health. And so an example I have of like how I pump the brakes on health. Like I'm not just a rah rah rah. You should start fasting tomorrow. Do what I do, like OMAD, 1 meal a day. Um, get your ass out in the sun, take your shirt off, and in the noonday sun, get that sun, on your body. Um, like, oh, I'm not telling you that because, like, it's what I do. Yeah, but um, if you were to start that today, it might hurt you, you know. So, because everybody's different. I mean, I have skin that's Mediterranean. Maybe you have northern pale skin. You got to be very different with the sun then. Fasting. Yeah, I'm 4 years into it. I didn't start OMAD. I started at 24, which was also aggressive. A lot of people start 16/8, you know, 8 hour window for calories and 16 fasting, and they can tolerate that for a while. A lot of the studies on fasting are 16/8, and so there aren't really a lot of studies on what I'm doing, eating one meal a day. But I've said a couple times in this channel that I don't need a study. I'm studying myself. I'm recording my own data, and it's telling me what I'm doing is good. Or else I wouldn't be biologically 43 and aging at this really slow rate. But another thing I'll say is, and this is toward like I want you to get healthier, the point of this video, but you are not me, right? And one way you are not me, like, is down here in the weeds. We have a gene on chromosome 6. So this is 23andMe, and all humans have 23 chromosomes, and they're numbered, and so chromosome 6 has a gene that the researchers have called FOXO3, and within this gene there are these little sections they call SNPs, SNPs, right? SNPs. And turns out this SNP of FOXO3, they say this SNP, RS, 2802292, and SNP stands for single nucleotide polymorphism, is a variant of the FOXO3 gene that has been linked to longevity in several studies. And what they say is, basically you could have, you get two letters, one from your mom, one from your dad, and the letters can be a G or a T. So you could be TT, or TG, or GG. And why is that important? Basically, what is it? The TTs. Well, anyway, like, I'm a GG, so let's find it. Find 220. All right, what's the number here? No, it's 280 2292. This one here. Let's just double check it. 2802292. 2802292, and there I am. I'm a GG. Different builds, when they did this. So, yeah. So basically, what I've read is that, so I have the good variant, right? Like, in my genes. So in some ways, like, maybe things are easier for me. I watched a video of Rhonda Patrick, who's, a scientist, saying that these genetics don't really kick in until, like, be the dominant factor in health until, I'm in my hundreds, right? Like, and then it's keeping my heart ticking and whatever. But, like, at this stage, she didn't say what the benefit is, but I mean, I've heard that I have a 15% greater chance than someone with TT, of living longer. And but is that why I do this health stuff? No, it's so I can be healthy today. So after this video, I can go out and split some wood and drinking my morning coffee. And I have a habit I learned from a book I read a long time ago about longevity and health, that there were the 4 heuristics of aging, and one of them was the ability to stand on one foot with our eyes closed. So, so you're standing on one foot, and you close your eyes, and you do it for 30 seconds. So I count 30, 1001, 1002, to 30. And I do it on my left foot, and then I do it on my right foot. And that then is, okay, time for my morning coffee. And it's just good associating like a daily habit with that. Anyway, I read that in that book, and it's a measure to say, if you can do that, well, then you're younger. But I also said, well, maybe the direction goes the other way. What if I do it and I practice standing left and right? Because I learned as an athlete, you can get better at it. And sure enough, you try that every morning. Stand for 5 seconds with your eyes closed, then bump it to 10, and then work your way up, right, to 30. What happens is your balance improves, your core, your balance, and all that improves. So, it's like a small thing to do, but like it's pretty important as we get older. And so, yeah, like if I have good genetics and I have a YouTube channel saying, hey, here's what I do. I fast and I get in the sun, and the fucktards are telling you to stay out of the sun and don't fast. And I say it's working for me, and it's working fast for me, like, I mean, 1 year of intermittent fasting and my biological age dropped 6 years. I didn't change anything else. Would that happen for you if you started fasting? I don't know. I think things happen fast for me because of my genetics, the GG, and the FOXO3 SNP that I showed you. Like maybe that's what's causing when I try something new to get the effect right away. And maybe that's also made me interested in health, because when I try something, it works. And when it works, I'm excited and I want to share it. So anyway, that's what this channel is about, is like, yeah, it's true, I may have really good genetics, and maybe things I try are not frustrating because I get a sense, I get signals right away whether they're working or not. And typically they work, like because I'm, learning stuff, and then a lot of people have said, oh, that's healthy to do. Like fasting was like, before the AMA, the money interests tried to tell you you're going to die of heart disease. A lot of people were saying fasting was healthy, so I tried it, and it was easy. Boom, day one, no problem. I didn't have hunger pangs, nothing. And 1 year of that, boom, I'm down 6 years, So I'm just saying, I think that might be the GG on that FOXO SNP, It's like, as long as I do the right things, my magic bunny body will react fast and correctly. But I'm human at the end of the day. You're human. If you're watching this, maybe you're a dog. I don't know. Who knows who's on the internet? But it should work for you too. Maybe not as fast. Maybe not as aggressively. You try it, but it should work for you. So I'm going to end the video with that, just to say, look, this channel is about my health practices. Peter on Health. It's what I do. It's not reading studies and whatever. It's just telling you, I measure myself. I have practices, and I see what they do on my own numbers. And those are the things I want to share with you. And if you're interested, try it. Tell me about it. You know, um, please comment. Tell me what you're trying. If you're doing the same things and you're finding things, I'd love to hear it in the comments. If you have other ideas that I haven't thought of, right? Like, put them in the comments. Like, what I'm saying is, like, I want this to grow into a community of people who are sharing practices they've adopted. And not just adopted, but they've recorded into, numbers, right? Blood test numbers, body fat, heart rate, VO2 max, like whatever the number is you're using. Like, I think numbers are interesting, because what they are, they're scores. They're scores that indicate whether this is effective or not. So anyway, that's what this video is about, and I hope you understand now where I'm coming from. I want you to get healthier. I'm getting healthier. I am healthy, you know, but I am getting ever healthier because, that's what it is in this dystopian nightmare of an unhealthy America. Stay healthy, my friends.